Hello, face space. I like to call Facebook face space. Facebook. It is nice to see you all. It is nice to Facebook see you all. I said yesterday that I'm gonna do more live videos and that I mean it. So I'm doing them, right? And I said this year in general, I'm gonna fail forward, right? So I'm going to live my truth and share things that are sometimes terrifying to share. And I sat here and I thought about, do I really want to go live right now? And I said no, but I'm gonna do it because I know this is on my heart for a reason. I know that someone probably needs to hear this story. And I say all the time, okay, I'm not gonna cry. I am not gonna cry today. Jesus, I need strength. But I say all the time that your mess is your message, right? And the hard things you go through, someone else needs to hear about it. It's not about you. So I'm trying to live that, right? Hey, Allison. Hey, you guys. Drop into the comments an emoji that represents how your day is going. How about that? Where are you guys tuning in from? What time is it where you're at? So I just got off of a training for like thousands of people, and I have fire, and I was like, I want to talk about something that I haven't really openly talked about on my Facebook very much, and that was really hard for me. And you may not be able to relate to exactly what happened, but I do think that there are people that will relate to the feeling that happened and like how I felt because of what happened. I do think that someone probably needs to hear this, so I'm going to share it. Hi Andrea, hi Kimmy, hi Matt, hi everyone. So you guys, about 2 years ago, I was laying in my living room in the house where I live now. And I remember thinking that I wanted to end my life. And for anyone that knows me, I mean, you would never think that, right? That's not something that I mean, yes, I've talked about it a little bit, but it's not something I feel super comfortable talking about, right? I struggled a lot when I was a teenager with depression and anxiety, and I still struggle with those things as an adult, and with like some self-harming things, but I got to a place in my life where I was really happy and things were good, and then I saw all of that kind of like slip away. Like I worked really hard and I built this business that I was so proud of, and had all these people around me that I thought were amazing people that really loved me and cared about me. And everything just felt good. Like I was doing my best to show up and to help people, right? And then that put a target on my back. And then I was doing too good for people to support me. And then people started showing who they really were that I was surrounded with. And all these rumors started getting spread about me, that I was this awful person, that, I mean, when I say that I had PTSD, because it was not like one person, you know how sometimes it's like, oh yeah, this person's like talking crap. It was like hundreds. It turned into like hundreds of people. And I cared so much, and I still struggle with this, you guys, and maybe you guys can relate to this, and anyone relate to this. I cared so much what people thought about me, right? I cared so much whether or not people thought I was a good person, because the whole reason I do what I do is because I want to help people, right? The whole reason that I got into doing this is because I lost weight and I had people come to me and say, what did you do? Could you help me? Could you train me? And I was like, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing if I could do that to help people. Like, how great is it that people look up to me and think that I could help them? So when all these people started thinking that I was a bad person, like, I believed it. I did. I was like, maybe I am a bad person. Like, maybe I'm not meant for this, you know? And it was literally, I mean, it was a good, like, 2 years. I just didn't work. I mean, I had an amazing coach that I worked with. His name is Brian Fryer, and he just loved this video, and I love him so much. And he helped me build an online community where it was like a virtual training community, and I helped people and worked with them, and it was amazing. But I just missed what I was doing before, which is working with other women and entrepreneurs and people that wanted to like grow in their lives and become better, and having that support. But I was terrified. I couldn't trust anyone. I was literally like, I would lock myself in my house and be here all the time, right? And I was scared to make friends because I thought they were just gonna like end up these people that I asked to be in my wedding, like turned around and destroyed me behind my back. I'm like, okay, so if I succeed, then people that are supposed to love me are going to hate me, right? That's what I thought. I was terrified. And so I just stayed here and made no new friends. I mean, I trusted basically no one and kept everyone at a distance, and I was so unhappy. And I remember laying on my floor just thinking like that people were bad, and why do I even care about helping people if they, are just going to ultimately think I'm a bad person, right? And I was like, what's the point of even living? And that was 2 years ago, right? And since then, I have very, very, very slowly tried to like fix the parts of me that were broken. It was so hard because I spent a really long time trying to lose 155 pounds, to become a trainer, doing all this self-development to like believe in myself, right? Because I didn't growing up. I was 300 pounds at 19. Like I didn't think I was capable or worthy or anything until I proved myself wrong. So it was really hard for me to watch all of that fall apart, or what it felt like was watching all of that fall apart, right? I couldn't see like a purpose in that happening. So very slowly, I tried to rebuild myself. I took tiny risks, but calculated. I developed the worst anxiety I've ever had in my life. And I'm doing everything. I quit going live. Right? You guys didn't see me. I wasn't going live. I was way too afraid. I was like, everyone's going to think I'm an asshole. Sorry. Or like, just every fear you could have, I had about everything. It wasn't even just like building a business. It wasn't even just making friends. It was literally everything. It transcended into every area of my life. I was like, I'm terrified of everyone and everything. Like it was so paralyzing. And I was like, this sucks. Like life isn't even fun, So after I had Iris, I had really bad postpartum depression and anxiety, shocker. And I was happy, but I was so tired, and I just missed so much. I remember feeling like I just miss having all of these people around me. Like the amazing thing about what I did was I miss that community of like support and growth and all of those things. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not letting this group of mean girls make me believe that I'm not good enough. I refuse to stay down. And one thing I promised myself, you guys saw my post the other day, what motivated me to lose weight was I had a kid that I was friends with call me fat on Facebook and compare me to Pearl on SpongeBob. And I cried and cried and cried and locked myself in the bathroom, and then I got up and I said, I'm never, ever giving anyone the power to make me feel small, not even me. And I forgot about that, because when the person throwing a knife is your best friend and your other best friends, it doesn't feel the same as like, who cares what this random person thinks, right? I forgot about that. But I decided no matter what these people think about me, I'm not going to let them make me feel small or not good enough or like I'm too much or like my success means that I'm a bad person anymore. I'm not. I will do my best. I have made mistakes. I have done things wrong. I'm a human being, you guys. Like, what do you think? That I'm going to just come into a business or any situation and know how to do it perfectly? No. But people are going to mess up, but the best thing they can do is grow from it and become better and use that. It's like, it's always so funny, isn't it? How people that are critical of other people are the ones like sitting on the sidelines. It's so easy to tell other people that what they're doing is wrong when you're sitting back watching it, but not creating anything yourself. It's so easy to be critical and gossip and talk shit. Sorry. But when you're on the sidelines, right? And sounds unrelated, but it's actually the reason I hate movie critics. And I'm like, I don't care what your opinion is. Go make a movie. Like, I don't care what you think about what this person devoted years of their life doing. They made something, and that is worth celebrating. Like, it might not be for you, but I don't care what your opinion is, right? I will form my own opinion. I can't stand people that are hypercritical. If you have so much time to focus on what someone else is doing, you have too much time, because you should be focusing on what you are doing. You should be focusing on you being the best person, not destroying someone else for not being good enough by your standards. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to tear other people down. Ultimately, yes, there's two ways that you can build the tallest building in town. You can do the hard work and you can build a building. Like, you can build it from the ground up and learn how to do it, or you can knock everyone else's building down. And I just think there's way too many people who think it's okay to just destroy other people from the comfort of a keyboard and don't think twice about it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, be better. I just think we need to be better. and speak life into people and speak hope into people. There is enough gossip and talking down about Shakira and J-Lo and all the people. Okay, I didn't mean to throw that in there, but it's the truth. But so anyway, so I decided to do it again, right? I decided to build a business again. Do you know what happened? I was with the same company, and I literally was forced out by the same people that destroyed me before. They did everything they could to destroy me again. I had a newborn. Like, I needed that paycheck. I worked my ass off for that paycheck, and I had it taken from me. And I literally, I mean, I was a top income earner in my first company, yes, but I didn't work for like 2 years because I was so depressed. I watched my paycheck disappear. And so I literally needed that money. I was terrified. I had no idea what I was going to do. So I researched like a psychopath. Since my first company fell into my lap, I was like, I will never be in that situation again. I'm choosing the best. I'm choosing my leadership. It's not going to be some random person I went to high school with or whomever. And I found where I'm at now. And do you want to know what's so funny? You might not be able to see this right now. And this isn't even about my journey. This isn't even about like me starting with this company and this company or whatever. This isn't about that. It's about how, like, when you're in a really bad place and you feel like there's nowhere to go from there. Has anyone ever been there? You're in a bad place and you're just like, I don't even know how to fix this yet. I just want you to know that whether or not you're spiritual, I truly believe that God holds miracles in trust for you. And if you, in that moment, feel like you're never going to be able to get back what you had, or you're never going to be able to do what you want to do because of something that happened that's outside of your control or whatever, that is not the truth. It's not the truth, because you guys, it's so amazing. It's where I'm at now. And the people I'm around now, it's where I should have started, but it's not, because I needed that experience. I needed to go through that. I needed to get torn down to nothing by people I love so I could realize that ultimately it does not matter what anyone who says they love me thinks about me. It matters what I think about me. It matters that I'm being my best. It matters that I'm answering to God at the end of the day, not another human being. It's not our place to judge anyone else. I needed to go through that to become the leader that I am now, and to become the resilient person that I am now. I didn't think it was years of trying to heal from that, and I still struggle. I'm just now forcing myself to go live again. And guys, I have a lot to say. I don't know if you know this, but I have a big personality, okay? I have words and things that I want to share with people, and public speaking is something I now love. I didn't always love it. I dropped out of speech in high school, let's be honest. Let's be honest. But I let that silence me for so long. It took me so long to heal. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you are in the middle of a hard season, or you have been in a hard season and you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, I just want you to know that if you believe and you fail forward and you say yes to opportunities that come up that terrify and excite you, that's the thing. You can recognize that you're stuck, but do not stay stuck. If someone says, come out to lunch with me. If someone says, I'm doing this awesome thing, I think you would love it. I mean, if you actually do. But if someone is there for you and is loving and is trying to help, don't just close your heart down, because that could be God sending you exactly what you need. I didn't expect to yell at you guys. I didn't expect to go on this long of a rant. But I told myself I was going to go live every day, right? And I was like, what am I going to go live about today? My God, I just want to have dinner. And I was talking myself out of it, because that's what we do, right? That's what we do. You talk yourself out of the things you know you want to do, the things you know you need to do to reach whatever your goals are, to stretch a little bit, and you need to stop. So how can I teach people to stop playing small if I'm playing small, right? How? How can I teach people to share their truth and be authentic if I'm way too scared to share like the dark, scary chapters of mine that are still feel somewhat embarrassing, right? So that's what I'm doing. And my hope is that someone who watches this, who's in a dark place or who came out of a dark place, I hope that you share your story. I hope that you don't show up on Facebook like everyone else and talk about only the good things in your life. I hope you also talk about the bad things, because that is what someone needs to hear. Because I think the reason why so many people are so depressed and are struggling so much now is because they're comparing. We're all on our phones all the time, and you're comparing yourself to what someone else is only posting, which is the good things. They got married and they got their degree and they did this and they did that, and no one's ever saying, oh my God, like everything sucks right now, but I'm determined to grow through it, right? They're not sharing the hard things. So I just want to encourage you guys to share the hard things because people need to hear it. It's not about us. It's about that person out there that feels alone and isn't. And you have no idea who that will bless. I just home alone. Did I want to talk about this? No. I didn't. Like, what are you all going to think about me? I don't know. But unfollow me if you don't like me because we're not each other's people. But I just feel like it was on my heart for a reason and someone needed to hear it. So you guys, I have been crying so much lately because of all the good things happening now that are everything I ever wanted where I was and never got. When I felt like I didn't quite fit in where I was. I never did. It always felt like I was having to pretend I was like the popular girl. It always felt like I was out of the loop, like my weirdness wasn't appreciated, like my loudness was too much, like my opinions were, people didn't care about them, right? I felt a little bit used all the time. I felt just a little bit less than who I really was where I was. So it might be a friendship or a relationship or a job or whatever. But if you feel that, don't ignore it. Don't wait for God to force you out of that situation because I did that. It sucked. And just listen to yourself and leave. Because otherwise, He will push you out. You're not meant to be there. And it's going to be a much harder lesson to learn. But the amazing thing is when you believe in yourself and you make a promise to yourself, you decide that every fucking time you fall down, you get back up, but you get back up stronger. Every time I promise myself when I fall down, I will get back up stronger, and it might take me a while to get up and I might stumble and I might be really, really not confident. And that's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. But I promise myself I will be stronger for this. So for all the women who hate me but still follow me, go ahead and follow me. Go ahead. But I want you to know that I do not give a shit what any of you think about me. And the only thing I care about is helping people who want my help and sharing my story with people who need to hear it and loving people and helping them grow. That is all I care about. So for anyone that doesn't like me, that follows me, like, enjoy. But please, like, if you are watching this, do me a favor. And if you have friends that you know talk about you behind your back, just do not be friends with those people. You know, have you ever heard like, oh yeah, she said this about me and she said that about me? Like, just cut those fucking people out. Like, we don't need that in our lives. We don't. And I hope that you do unfollow me. That is what I do hope. If you secretly hate me and want me to fail, like, go ahead and unfollow me. But if you don't, I don't care. So anyway, this has been something I've been terrified to talk about because, you know, we overthink things. And some of you might hate me now, but I don't care. I love you no matter what. And that, I think, is the most powerful thing you can do. So anyway, I don't even know how to end this. I have a dry mouth. I need to eat dinner. And I love you guys so much. And I really hope that this helped someone.